Well, that took a little bit longer than I planned. Make a long story short, I'm trying to get the live stream ready to go. Got a phone call. To the phone call, I had to take care of some stuff out my yard. Well, then my stomach started acting up, which I've grown used to that with my stomach. Oh, well. I'll wait until people tune in before I talk about a few different things I'm wanting to talk about. Yeah, I'm live. I had to look over here in the corner. If the time thing's counting, I know I'm live. If it's not counting, I know I'm not. Yes, I've done that before where I thought I was live and I sat there and talked about a subject for a couple of minutes, only realized I'm not alive. I'm not live, not alive. But I'm probably not going to keep this very long, so I got to get ready to go to work here in the next hour or so. But one of the things I want to talk about, I'm going to do it away from my life. Hold on. Just realized the Baltimore, Ohio shuffle. That's the reason I left the shuffle here, because there's a Baltimore, Ohio Railway shuffle, so I leave it in the background because of that. And that painting behind, the other painting that's set in the floor where I moved the shuffle, make a long story short, I cannot get that thing to stay in the wall. Every time I put it in the wall, it either falls or it gets crooked. So I just set it there for now. Oh well, but one of the things I'm doing with my YouTube a little bit different. Yes, I know I'm all those trains. I'm still going to do my train videos when I can, but here lately it's been harder to get train videos. So I've been doing a little bit of it. If those of you who's followed me for a while, probably always seen this. I have been doing a little bit of a rebranding for my YouTube. I've been doing different things. I've been doing a lot more hiking videos and hiking trails and stuff. What's the next coming months, not so much because we're going into winter time and it's going to be hard to get out and do a lot of hiking when it's cold and snowy. But come springtime, I'll definitely be doing a lot more hiking trips. I plan to spend a lot more time in Appalachian Trail and do more walking trail, more hiking trips, more walking tour trips. Yes, I'll still do my train videos. It's just getting harder and harder to get train videos. But if I'm down in Thurman, it's a high green. I'll wait until the train comes. But one of my things I'm going to try to do different is maybe I'll do more live streams in Thurman because they seem to do really, really good down there. My last few trips to Thurman, I didn't. I just filmed the Amtrak and nothing came after Amtrak. So I just filmed that and went on. But in the future, if I'm doing less train videos in the future, man, I can do more live streams on the train videos anyways. That's my goal to try to do. I can't do live streams in Prince because I can't get enough signal to do live streams in Prince. I think I have a cat outside the door. But that's one of the things I'm doing different. But I'm still going to keep the videos going, though. I do got some train videos coming soon, though. I got one video I filmed a couple days ago in the snow, which I already got that one up. Then I filmed that train again going through Glenzine, but I want to be back in time for city council meetings. So because of that, I didn't stay all the way to Thurman. It was almost 5 o'clock at that point. And if I stayed and filmed all the way to Thurman and seeing if things come to the mainline Thurman, I wouldn't make it back in time for city council. Which not a lot happened in city council, but I talk about different things going on. And it's pretty calm. Of course, I enjoy going to city council. Most of the time, the city council meetings are pretty calm. I know that one meeting about a month ago was entertaining because the person wanting to put that place in the town down here on Stay and Drive. Now that I'll talk about in a future video. Maybe I'll go down there to the empty building and do a little video outside talk about it. I just want to put like a place for rehab place for people that's got off drugs and's got the help they need and trying to get back in society, kind of place for them to walk and live. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Make a long story short, a lot of people did not want that and voiced their opinions there. So I'm going to leave that alone, not talk about it much. I prefer this to do a short video talking more about it once I know a little bit more about it. Thank you. I'll definitely keep the good work up. One of the reasons I'm doing different things on my YouTube is just hard to get trained sometimes. When you go to Thurman, you're sitting there for 2 or 3 hours and the signal stays red the whole time. And there's a nice hiking trail across the river that you could be hiking or a state park that you could drive to. It's one of the reasons I'm trying to do different things. Yes, I'll still do my train videos. That's the main reason I call my center Wallows Trains because I'm a welfare like trains. Whenever RJ Corman comes through town, I can plan to film RJ Corman. If I get a heads up early enough and packs, I can film the train of packs. I tried a few times lately to catch the train on the Canal River line, which I failed because the past few times I've been down there, I got there after the train went by on that line. Oh well. But I've been enjoying doing the hiking and backpacking trips too, especially trips on the Appalachian Trail. I'm just trying to get those videos up. That's something I've noticed though while I've done YouTube for a while. Now I'm monetized, I'm paying attention to which videos do better. Train videos make me a little bit of money when I get the views. But it seems like the hiking trip videos, good example, if I do a hiking trail video and I get a couple hundred, 200 or 300 views, I'll get a few dollars from that if I get over 200 views. Get a train video over 200 views, they'll give me like between 50 and 75 cents. So I need to focus more on the hiking videos than the train videos and the other videos that get the views. Get paid more. Not saying I won't do the train videos because I like trains too much to stop filming them. It's just I want to try different things. And then I got some house demolition videos coming too. Here soon, I got the house here in town being demolished. That was an interesting video. There's another video, make a long story short. There was someone in the house who did not want to get out. Then the county police had to come up. The county deputy sheriff came up and got him out. Then they demolished the house. But then you got somebody who decided that's going to take these flower pots out of the yard and didn't ask permission. And then he got mad because the owner of the property got mad because his flower pots weren't there anymore. So was it yesterday or the day before? Okay, it's Tuesday when I filmed that. Made a very interesting video, I know that. And then I got the train the same day, which I already uploaded the train video on Jay Coleman in the snow. That's one thing I'm trying to get right now is my watch time up. Those of you who see this live stream now, even after, if you have time, get one of my playlists going. I got Norfolk Southern, CSX, R.J. Coleman. I even got historical walking tours. You can say I play a bunch of videos on my playlist, or I got some of my newer videos. It's just here lately, my watch time ain't been up as much as it used to. I don't know if the YouTube algorithm may not be putting my videos out to people as much or something. I don't know. I just noticed it comes and goes. I have a period of time where videos be doing really good. I have a period of time when I was struggling to get the views. That's why I got flashlights in plain sight. It sticks to the fridge like a magnet, though. Oh, by the way, I don't have that plugged in right now, but my railroad signal thing set behind me. One of my friends gave that to me as a gift. And it worked good for a while. And now that I try to display it in my live streams on videos, the lights won't come on anymore, and I can't figure out why. It looked good when I've done the photography walking all the times I turn on in my bedroom. I come here, plug it up, so I can have it turn on flashing in the background that just randomly quit. And I have no idea why. I don't know if anybody else is going to join or not. I may not even make this 30 minutes long. I may just stop it a little before. But make a long story short, I do plan to do more live streams. Oh, something else I'll point out, because a lot of people probably watch the replay of this anyways. If you have time to like and subscribe my videos, I also got something else. I got so that way you can become a channel member. You could actually pick for $5 a month. One of the benefits you get, you can see the videos of everybody else, because I set the videos where it's members first. After I do members first, it can go to everybody. Although if I get enough people sign up for members, maybe I'll start doing members only videos. Just for members only. But I prefer to do the members first though, where if you're a channel member, you can see the video ahead of everybody else, and then everybody else sees the video afterwards. That's what I'm trying to do. Knows it helps my channel grow. But come think of in the future when I do my live streams, I need to start doing actually setting the time and actually posting in there. Like what post, put a picture or something saying I'm doing a live stream at a certain time. Or just do a short video clip of me saying I'm doing a live stream at a certain time if the Lord's willing. I wanted to start this at 12:30, but the Lord wouldn't will me to start 12:30 because I had a couple of random things that happened that made me wait until like 12:50. Oh well, I still got it though. I still done the live stream. But for those that see later, I'm going to tell the story of what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I think it's been about 2 weeks, maybe not quite 2 weeks. I'm down near Thurman. I decided to hike up a trail, old logging road, a mining road, to see if I could find any remains from the mines of the town of New Lynn, West Virginia, just outside Thurman. I see some mud where I get the trail, took some great photography or video clips. Now in the future, I'll probably walk, after in the spring, I may walk part of that again, but I'm not going to go past that mud area. I'll turn around before I get to there, because I want to get some photography, walking more videos along the creek, because it's such a beautiful stretch of creek. Whatever the name of that creek is, it flows into Dumblewood Creek, but I don't know what the name of that creek is. Arbuckle Creek is farther down along the south side of Zuxton Trail. Make a long story short, I see a little bit of mud. I step in and I'm at my knees. I take another step and I'm up to my chest in mud all the way up to here, and I didn't think I was going to get out. I managed to turn around, somehow get out. I can't explain it. Somehow I got out. I started yelling for help. Not that anybody could hear me in the middle of the woods, but then the Lord helped me, because somehow I got out of that. I can't explain it, but somehow I got out there. I thought it was I could call 911 and tell them and try to explain where I was and hope they find me. I thought it's just a little bit of mud. I'd get a little of my shoes and I'd be fine. I didn't expect to sink up to my chest in mud. I'm just glad I got out of there in one piece. And considering it's only in the 40s that day, that was a cold day to get stuck in the mud. I'll say that. Oh, by the way, I also point out that as you've seen my past live streams, or some of my intros, I finally got all the pixels on the wall straight, even added a few more. Of course, you can't see all of them, because some of them, a few of them at the top, you can see the bottom half. And a few I may readjust my computer a little bit better, so the webcam will get the top half of the other pixels. And maybe I'll get that one in the corner up there to stay and not fall down or be crooked. But I'm just glad the Lord protected me about that, with that whole mud thing. I got all there in one piece. That's not the first time I've had crazy stuff happen to me that's freaked me out, and I've had to definitely thank the Lord I'm still alive and still here. I remember a few accidents out in the woods on hiking trips too. A couple times I came very close to falling off the cliffs at different places. But yes, I'll be very cautious when I'm out and about. I just mentally want to do this to talk. But maybe, I can't make any promises, but maybe Monday or Tuesday, weather permitting, maybe I'll get down to Thurman, because the next 3 days after the day, I must not have time to get out and film much. Can't say I won't have time to film at all, because if I'm on my way to the schoolhouse market and I hear the train coming, I'll stop long enough to get the train before I go in. Or if I see something interesting here in town, and make a quick video clip. Here lately, I've been focusing more on my Facebook page called Wallow's Adventures than I have my YouTube, which I'm still focusing on both. But I do have a Facebook page called Wallow's Adventures. If y'all want to check it out, you can get sneak peeks of upcoming videos, photography work, of course, because any video, if I do a Facebook Reel, the video clip of that is Facebook Reel, that video clip be saying Facebook only. But a good example, if I get some great train videos and great hiking trip videos, and I'm out hiking and filming trains, I'll do the photography walk in the Facebook page before I upload the videos on my YouTube. Of course, here in the future, most of my Amtrak videos will probably be, if not all, most of them, because I still upload a couple occasional Amtrak on my YouTube. But here lately, I've realized the Amtrak videos do so much better on the Facebook page than they do the YouTube page. But the last 2 Amtraks I got from Thurman, I did go ahead and upload and put on my YouTube. The way they have it set up, if I do a videos that I put on Facebook, I try making Facebook Reels and not put on YouTube, because if it's on both places, one will pay and the other won't. Facebook is funny about that. They're like, oh, you got this on Facebook and YouTube both? Well, we can't pay you for this because it's on both. But if it's just on the one, you can get paid. That's the reason I do a lot of those Facebook Reels. But those 1 and 2 minute long videos, I can easily put on there. I think Facebook won't let you go more than 1 minute and 30 seconds, like 1.5 minutes. YouTube will let you go up to 3 minutes when it comes to shorts. It's calling them different names. Even though the shorts on Facebook, they refer to as Reels instead of shorts. YouTube refers to as shorts. Which is funny, because on YouTube, the longer videos do better than the short videos. On Facebook, the short videos do better than long videos when it comes to monetization, because Facebook, you get paid better for the short videos than you do the long videos. YouTube, you get paid better for the long videos than the short videos, so it's kind of reverse. Oh well, now I figured it out. I'm still well. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I'm still learning as I go. Kind of like an old country song. I can't remember who sings it, but they sing "Life is a dance, you learn as you go." Or the one by Garth Brooks that says "Life is a river, always turning as you go." Now, I open the door, I'm gonna see if Sassy wants to come in and say hi while I'm still live. You coming? No. He was standing there and the doors that took off running, so my cat don't want to come and say hi today. But see, if you follow me for a while, I've been doing a lot of videos, so in them, a lot of intros, so I just stand there and talk about whatever my video is, and then I upload. But I'm gonna start marking a lot of these live streams entertainment instead of people because they give you the options. That's something else I like to point out. I didn't realize that something you can get a whole list of things that you can pick for your videos: entertainment, people on blogs, education, gaming. I'll be doing very little to no gaming stuff on my YouTube because gaming is just not my thing. Although I do have friends that's big on gaming. I have nothing against the video game systems. I'm just not one to play a lot of video game systems. Not saying I don't, because occasionally I do. I still have my old school Nintendo system. Sadly, the TV we're plugging into to play quit working. Now I gotta get a new TV. Now I gotta figure out when I can get a new TV. Oh, by the way, I've been working at the table here in town, down over the hill. There's a new, well, it's been there a couple of years now, but I still call it the new restaurant. It's in what used to be Giuseppe's. They call it the table. I've been working there in the evenings as a dishwasher. Thursday through Sunday, open Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, 11 to 8. Sundays, I think it's 12 to 6, or something like that. In case you're in the area, you want to stop by and eat there. They got good food. Come springtime, I might just stay there a few days a week and still do and get back my own grass cutting. Again, I may not. I don't know yet. But that's something else I'll talk about. I'm not going to talk much about my plans for 2026. It's too soon. But I'm just going to say the ideas of stuff that's came to my mind I've thought about. One of my plans, I'm thinking about going back by myself, grass cutting, keeping a small handful of yards and focusing on my YouTube and Facebook channels. Number two, I've considered actually just letting everybody know and be gone for 4 to 6 months and attempt to through hike the Appalachian Trail. That's the second option I've been entertaining. Another one, stick with Brian a couple of days a week and still do my own thing part-time. I should say, if the Lord's willing, I'll be doing something in 2026. I don't know yet. But one of the things I'm going to throw out of the equation I won't be doing in 2026 is attempting to through hike the Appalachian Trail. However, I will plan longer section hikes. That way I can do more miles. Instead of trying to do 2 or 3 days here and there, I'm going to try to start spending them more where I can spend a full week on the trail. That way I can make it worth it. Maybe more when I'm able to. Of course, if I have to mow, if I keep a small handful of yards to cut and mow and weed, it might be hard to take more than a full week once grass cutting season gets started. But most likely I'll just stay and keep the job at the table because the dishwashing job I can do that year round. And I'm there in the evenings anyways. It's not a bad job. It's just keeping the routine and making sure I remember to dry everything off before I put it away. It ain't really a hard job. The only annoying thing about that is scrubbing the macaroni pan. You have to let it soak in water for a while to scrub it. That's the only thing there that's hard to scrub. But any pots and pans, it's going to be a little bit of work to get them clean. It's just that one particular one. Oh, well. But I've been there a few times where I go out and people recognize me, and Mike gets a good laugh out of that when I come out there. Hey, are you one of those trains? I knew I recognized you. I've had it happen a couple of different times there. Well, multiple times there. I think once or twice since I started walking there. All the other times I'd be sitting there eating and somebody would recognize me. But it's not a bad place to walk. I just don't know what my plans will be in 2026. If the Lord's willing, I should be doing a lot more trips on the Appalachian Trail and maybe walking the bus straight Cranberry again. But there's another story give everybody a good laugh. A few weeks ago, they were doing balloon launch Sunday, and this one red balloon only gets a couple feet off the ground, goes across the parking lot. I'm stationed at the youth pastor, Brother Jerry, and his wife was right behind me. The balloon actually, when I was about to grab it, shoots like 10, 15 feet straight up in the air. What thinking it's going to take off. We try to walk away and it just lands back down in the parking lot. And it was so funny because there's people watching, and then the family across the street, a couple of balloons went over a doorway and landed in a dooryard. I don't know if that family was Christian or not, but I know they wasn't in service during the service. They were just like living across the street and was watching with entertainment. So maybe the Lord and Holy Spirit was trying to send a balloon doorway with the gospel track. Every year, at the beginning of November, that's what Cranberry Baptist Church does, to have a balloon launch ceremony. And the kids whose balloon goes the farthest actually will win a brand new bike for Christmas. Make a long story short, the very first time, well, I don't know why I can say make a long story short, but I've been doing it for years. And I think the farthest way balloon I can remember, I can't remember the exact amount, but they said it during the service that morning. I think it was 300 or some miles. It's over 300 miles, but I can't remember the exact miles. I just know it's over 300. But I do remember a few times them getting real far. I remember when I was a kid, the very first time I'd done the balloon launch myself as a kid, many, many years ago, so I'm in my 40s now. The balloon actually that I had, I took the gospel tract and paper out and was holding it and didn't realize I was supposed to leave it in the Ziploc baggie. So the Sunday school teacher got me a second balloon and told me not to take it out. But up until I was a teenager, I got to do the balloon launch every year. I never won the bike though. But it's always fun to stand there when they announce whose balloon goes the farthest and who won the bike. I think I always pick the boy and the girl whose balloons go the farthest for the bike. Although I got a nice bike out here, I can't get the gears the same on it. If I can figure out how to get it to work. Maybe I should take it to that place in Fayetteville and see if they can fix it, because I'd like to start riding it around here on some of the different trails in the area. Tempted to almost take it up to Harper's Ferry if I can get it fixed and take it down the Sespekin, Ohio Canal Trail. I fight that a little bit. In case of curious, I do have a video up on my YouTube of the Sespekin, Ohio Canal Trail. I only hiked like 2 or 3 miles down it and turned around because I was going to attempt to hike to the Paw Paw Tunnel. Make a long story short, I found out that it was 40 miles, and I didn't have time to hike 40 miles. Especially when it's like in the high 80s, almost 90, because that week in Harper's Ferry, I went with Gina Ventus. It was miserably hot that weekend. But we both got some great videos to upload on Facebook and YouTube. Got us back in August, by the way. Late August, early September, something like that. Oh, just for the record, I did find out something interesting after the fact. I could go there on the solo trip and arrange to make it to the Paw Paw Tunnel. I could take my gear that I use for the backpacking trips that I use in the Appalachian Trail, hike it up to that stretch of the trail, arrange for a shuttle to pick me up and take me back to the hostel. If I plan that during the springtime, it'll work. It's the Scout Resort secret government base. A lot of people wanted that. I can't say either way. I do know that when they built that Scout Resort, they built a brand new military base in Glen above the Exxon station, and they're all roads that nobody's allowed on in the Scout Resort, that the gate's locked, and they literally have military police guarding them. So I can't say either way. I did go up there from time to time though when I'm helping with the scouts and the events during the summer, and you can see the areas they block off that nobody's allowed on unless except military personnel only. So I can't say either way. All I know is it's very interesting. They have like, I can't remember how many acres of land that the kids get to use, the scouts get to use. They got Tent City during the jamborees. What I liked about that place was that I thought was interesting was the tree house they built with they call it a tree house, but it's not a tree, but it's not an official tree house because it's not in the trees. It's just a really tall building built surrounded by trees, but because it's not built in an actual tree, it's not officially a tree house. I think I got videos of that from a couple of years ago when I was exploring the camp and was helping with some search groups, spreading out the gospel tracts, talking about the Lord. Yeah, that's one. The tree house is one thing I remember really well. The second thing I remember really well from when I was there like 2 years ago last time I helped up there was I hear somebody yell, "Hey!" I turn around, this man's running down the hill, but he runs into me, sends me flying backwards into the ditch. I had to get help. Somebody helped me up and apologize because suppose I didn't even mean to. He inadvertently done a Waterboy move on me. If you ever seen the movie Waterboy, sent me flying into the drainage ditch, and then he apologized because it was purely accidental. That and the treehouse is the two things I remember. Well, three if I remember helping with a search group, telling people about the Lord and seeing the amount of people that was there. I like to go there again when they do those jamborees and those festivals. Okay, I'm not quite 30 minutes yet. But there's a few more people join in, I'll keep going. But make a long story short, why do I keep saying that? I said that too many times. Sorry. I will be making a lot more videos about nature, hiking trails and nature videos and stuff like that in the future. But I'll still be doing my train videos. Whenever I get to Thurmond, the signal stays red both ways for a long period of time, and I don't have to be anywhere that day. I'm just going to start hiking the trails. I think I see a high green. Maybe I'll just do a live stream whatever's coming that day and then hike the trails, because I realized my hiking trips do really good on that Facebook page. So does the abandoned rail line post. I don't know what it is about the abandoned trestles and the abandoned bridges, but they do video clips on that Facebook page do really good in the abandoned rail lines there. Well, the trestles in general, the rail lines, they do okay too. Seems like if I do a long enough abandoned rail line video, they get a lot of views too. I've been paying attention though, now I'm monetized, which videos do good and which videos don't do so good. My train videos, usually they do good, but it seems like I can get paid twice as much for the same amount of views on the hiking video or a video promoting the national park than I can just an ordinary train video. Oh well. On my live streams though, I think the most I ever got paid on a particular live stream was $1.11. I'm trying to remember the most I got paid on a video. I know I got a driving video where I drove down Fayette Station Road, which I thought was interesting because it's over $5 like now, and I didn't think it'd do that good. I think that's the one where me and my mom went down there, and I used the editing app on my phone to make it look like we was driving really, really fast, when we weren't driving more than 15 miles per hour. Maybe 20 at the most because we were doing the speed limit. But it looked like we were going 100 miles per hour in a couple of clips because I'd done the editing and speed everything up. I'm going to start doing that in more of my videos though, because it's kind of fun. If it's a driving video, I've done some of the driving videos on my Facebook page where somebody actually got mad at me in the comment section on my Wallace Adventures Facebook page. Okay, because they literally thought I was going 100 miles per hour down Route 61 during the rain, but we wouldn't go more than 50 miles per hour. I just speeded up the video. Not yet. I was talking about that a little bit in one of my videos I filmed today when I was walking the rail line. I don't know when the trail's going to start. Probably won't be, not in the immediate future, but they're still wanting to turn that Mill Creek spot into a rail trail in the abandoned stretch of Dumbly Creek branch line down here to a rail trail. I was down there earlier today, but it'll probably be a week or so before I get the video up. The video up while I was walking off the creek there. I need to take some more. I need to go back down there the next day or two and do a couple of video clips talking about that again. At this present moment, it's not on the agenda for the city to work on as a rail trail. They've been saying every year since 2013, they've been talking about that being a rail trail. Now it's 2025 going to 2026. The rail line was not officially abandoned when they started talking about 2013. CSX had it declared out of service, even though there hadn't been a train there for a long time. They considered it out of service. Now it's actually officially abandoned, and they're talking about yanking the track up. I thought they was going to yank the track up in the spring of this year because some people walking the railway went down there and surveyed it, and they talked about yanking the track up. They didn't. It's still there. But I have a feeling that in the next year or two it will be. But in the future, when I find out the information I need to know about the rail trail, I can let more people know in future videos. But right now, I don't think it's on the city's agenda, even though it's on the list of things the city wants to get done, like the RV park. they're still talking about the RV park, which I thought was going to put down below Mount Newark and the bottom down here along West Virginia Street and South Mill Lane. Now talking about putting the RV park across that bypass through Kilsite. Kind of like a cabin area for people that live in the area. Well, not for people living in the area, but people traveling through who want to camp a few days while visiting new resorts and other places in the area. Of course, people who live in the area can probably use it too if you live in different parts of the state and you want to park RV and visit. I don't know when that's going to happen. They've been talking about city council meeting for a while now, and they've been talking bits and nuts about the rail trail. In fact, next time I talked to Mayor Mike, which will probably be later today since him and his family own the restaurant, I'll ask him if they got any what the future plans are about the rail trail and RV park, because they haven't talked about in the most recent city council meetings. They ain't really mentioned anything about it. They're talking about the Dumbledore Creek Watershed project and some other projects. In fact, the last meeting, there wasn't a huge amount of stuff to talk about, but it's still a good meeting, and I enjoy going to it. I know here in the next minute or so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, get ready for, it's not quite 1:30 yet. Head down to the table about 2 or so, get me a meal and then clock in, because I got to clock in not long after that. But I'm hoping next week to do my next live stream down at Thurman and catch the train going through if something's coming. Well, actually, I might do one more here beforehand. And one of the things I'm going to do when I do my live streams from the computer like I do now, and I'm out somewhere, I'm going to start writing down different subjects to talk about and focus on that particular subject to see how it does. Nice talking to you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And I'll let people know more about my future plans. But here's an interesting thought, though, to give you to think about. If I would attempt to hike on the Appalachian Trail, how many people would still follow me while I do hike the Appalachian Trail? If I do. Right now, I'm just planning section hikes because I don't think I have the time and money to spend 4 to 6 months on the trail. Not that I wouldn't if I did. But I just got to leave everybody with that thought there. Oh, that's right. That's Barry. I think I met you that day in Thurman. Barry's out there. Yeah, I met him and his wife in Thurman the other day, and we talked for a few minutes, and I've watched some of his videos. I need to watch a few more. Come think of it, I was telling my sister and her husband about the bathtub rings, the little bathtubs. I think it's Colorado, Utah, I forget what state, but that was so cool. Then I seen a couple of Rexes and stuff they were at. With time, I would like to visit every state in the United States at least once in my lifetime. Of course, my goal, my bucket list for the time being, Colorado. Thank you. I remember watching that. I just can't remember what state I watched in. But right now, my bucket list, even though I want to visit every state, right now my bucket list for trips in the future in the spring and summer next year is do a lot more section hikes out Appalachian Trail. Of course, there are a few states in the trail I've never been to. South Carolina. Wait, never mind. I can't say South Carolina because when I was 12 years old, I went on a family trip and we stayed at Myrtle Beach for a few days. So therefore, I can't say I've never been to South Carolina, even though I was 12 at the time. I'm in my 40s now. Georgia, Vermont, Maine, and New Hampshire, 4 states that Appalachian Trail goes to. I've never been to. I don't know why I say South Carolina, because the Appalachian Trail don't start in South Carolina. It starts in Sprinkle Mountain, Georgia, and goes to Mount Katahdin, Maine. It's only like 2,190-some miles, not quite 2,200, but close to it. Also, in the future, before I end this stream, I want to let everybody know in the future, I'm going to make a point, if I know for sure I'm going to do a live stream, I'm going to try to give a heads up around the time I'm going to try to start it. That way, more people know. Well, good example, if I know I'm going to go to Thurman, I can say I'm going to Thurman, may do a live stream if there's a train coming. That way, I can do a little clip and let people know. Or I'm going to do one here sometime and let people know. That way, more people can tune in. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time.